All right, so in this video, we're going to show you how we clean up after Mass. I don't know, maybe it'll come back something like this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of clean and wash out the two cruets, right? So remember, these were not consecrated or anything like this. There's probably just a little dab of wine, if anything, left in the wine cruet, and this is just normal water, so you don't have to treat them with extra reverence. So actually, before I clean them out, I'm going to put out a paper towel for them to dry upside down on. So I'm going to wash out if there's any little wine in there, just wash that out. I'm going to put it upside down. Okay, and then the water, you just pour out the water. This is not special consecrated water or anything, just normal. And I'll just swirl it in, wash it out, put that upside down, let it kind of air dry, and then the water bowl, lavabo, you can do the same thing, just wash it out. Okay, so the special way to clean up is reserved for the chalice and the ciborium and the pyx, because this is what was holding or touching, had contact with the body and blood of Christ. So what we'll do is we'll kind of take off remember this is the corporeal, the pall. This will have already been used, the altar bread, the priest's host. So this is not consecrated, so I'll just put this here for now. And then the purificator. So the things that we need to wash with special respect is all the gold stuff, the chalice, the two ciborium, the pyx, and the paten. And so whenever we're washing the sacred vessels, we're going to use this side of the sink. So this is, if you've ever seen anything like this, this is a special sink in sacristies, because it has special drainage that goes directly into the ground out of respect for Christ. So normal sink, right, goes to the sewage. This is special sink that has special drainage going directly into the ground. So that's for washing all of the sacred vessels. So what you can do is open it up, and then with each of the sacred vessels, you don't have to wash the outside, just kind of, the priest has already washed all of this in a proper way on the altar. So you're kind of doing just another wash through, and you're just going to use water, you're just going to swish around the inside, and then you will dry them with the purificator. So for example, I am going to just put some water in the chalice. I'll kind of swish it around, and then I'm pouring it into this side of the sink, right? And then I'll use the purificator to then dry it out. And then part of the cleaning up after Mass is getting things ready for next week. So I'm going to put this back on the tray. So I do the same thing, right? Left side of the sink. Okay, I'll just kind of wash it around. We are going on the left side of the sink. I'm going to dry it out with the purificator. So you do the same thing with both ciboriums with the paten as well. Okay, so let's pretend I did it with the pyx and the ciborium and the paten. So every week the linens that were used are washed. So that includes the purificator, the corporeal, and the finger towel. Okay, so what you're going to do with those three is you go into this drawer, and there should be a plastic bag. So you just put those used linens in the plastic bag, and campus minister will make sure that they are washed properly. And you can kind of just set those probably to the side. And once you're done washing the sacred vessels, you can put this cover over it again. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll set up for next week to kind of make things easy for ourselves. So new purificators, new corporeals are in here. I'm going to grab one of those. And if you'll remember from our addressing the chalice video, right, all of these have been washed and dried with last week's purificator. So I'm putting on a new purificator. I am putting on a washed and cleaned paten. Now, normally the altar bread, the priest's host goes on this. I don't want it sitting out for an entire week, so I'm going to skip that step. And you know, that day of that Friday, we could put on the priest's host. We'll put on the pall. We'll put on the corporeal. Right, we're making sure that our crosses are lining up. And then once we're done with that, we can open this up. We can put it back here. The altar bread won't be here. And then we'll be ready for next week. And we're going to make sure once these have dried, we will put them back up here. Once the water bowl is dried, we can clean up. And then we'll be good for next week.